Today's practice, we're going to be reviewing some of the more foundational poses in yoga. A lot of the foundations involve finding our center and then moving out of center. So we'll be doing a lot of side bending, back bending, forward bending, and twisting, which are basically the 6 movements of the spine. Where we're working on foundation, we'll take a little bit of inspiration from building our house on a rock. One thing you might want to grab for this practice, as previous a blanket, you might also want a large book of some sort. If you happen to have a yoga block in the house, you can use a yoga block, but a large book will work perfectly fine as a prop. So if you want to take the time to gather that, and then meet us lying down on your back. So once you arrive, lying on your back, we're going to bend our legs, allow the knees to draw together, the feet to be a little bit wider. Allow your arms to rest by your sides with the palms rolled open. And when we speak of our foundation on another level, we may consider just coming back to center. We always start our practice by checking in. Again, our yoga is about increasing our awareness with complete acceptance, non-judgment. So today, as you set your body down, notice how your body feels. Can you feel the edges of your body making contact with the floor, your feet, maybe parts of your spine, maybe your arms? Just feel the weight of your body for a moment. Notice any thoughts, any emotions. Without judgment, notice your energy level. If you could give one word to your emotional state, what would it be? And again, our yoga practice teaches us that our thoughts, emotions, they shift, they change. So we don't judge how we feel, we just notice it. So now let's begin deepening our breath. As you inhale, feel the belly rise. As you exhale, feel the belly lower. Smooth, even inhales and exhales. As you inhale, maybe inhaling the quality of lightness. Exhaling groundedness. And feeling the parts of your body right here support it. And as you continue to breathe deeply, just arriving in your body for your practice, I'd like to offer you a reading, and this is written by David Rissa, and he speaks of building your house on a rock. How do you know that the life you're building will stand the test of time? Life consists of the choices we make and is built by the things we do every single day. But how do you know if the life you're building is secure? How do you know that your world isn't just going to fall to pieces when the going gets rough? Therefore, whoever hears these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him to a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain descended, the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house, and it did not fall, for it was founded on the rock. And that's from Matthew 7:24-25. The question for us is this: what is exposed in your heart when a storm or trial comes? I can honestly say, from some personal experience in my life, that these storms, these trials can feel like they will never end. But on the other side of them is where the light comes in. So just knowing if you are struggling with a heaviness, that there is a way. And we're here to try to offer you some tools for that. So when you're ready, let's just maybe rearrange our knees slightly. Knees pointing towards the sky, palms resting by your sides. Just take another deep breath or two in your heart and see if a personal intention arises for your practice. Our intention relates to: why are we doing yoga? What could bring us into greater balance? Help us feel more stable in our lives. Some examples of intentions that might bring you balance are such things as trust, letting go, breathing in the breath of God, breathing out what doesn't serve, acceptance, patience. See what comes up for you for today's class. And if something doesn't arise right away, it might arise after the felt experience of moving your body. So no judgment. So let's begin by moving into just a very basic yoga pose called pelvic tilts. So our arms are by our sides. So as you inhale, the belly lifts, but the hips stay down. As you exhale, the belly draws in. Inhale, pelvis rocks forward. Exhale, pelvis rocks back. Keep it flowing. Really focus on that nice squeeze in your belly. Maybe even pull up a little bit on the pelvic floor. So this part of our body in yoga is sometimes associated with the root chakra, a place of cultivating this solid rock, this stability, a sense of safety and security. So we'll be working a little bit on this part of our bodies. A few more times, moving with your breath. And when that feels complete, just bring your pelvis back to neutral. So I'm going to work again just a little bit on this core area of our body. And when we say core in yoga, we're not just talking about the six-pack abs. We're talking about our belly, our pelvis, our back, the sides of our back. So let's work on that just a little bit. So inhale your arms up over your head. Exhale, press a little bit more into the left foot as your right knee draws into your chest. Squeeze your belly in. There it is. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, draw the left knee into your chest. Belly draws in. Keep it going. Your breath might be at a different pace than mine, but just focus on those nice squeezes in. See if you can squeeze in the sides of the belly as well as the front. Cultivating just a little core awareness. And of course, we're building on that first foundational class of moving with the breath. Good. So next time, hug either knee in. It doesn't matter. And maybe you want to intensify this core work just a little bit by lifting your head, neck, and shoulders. Press your left foot into the floor. Draw your belly in. No strain or struggle. Stretch long, and we'll take it to the other side. Your head can be down or can lift off the floor. Press into the opposite foot and breathe into your core. Stretch the arms up and just set the arms down by the side. Roll the palms open. Can you already notice any subtleties within your core? Breathe into your belly. And then from here, make sure your feet are right underneath your knees. Your feet are as wide as your hips, arms down by the sides. And let's start to work kind of the back part of our core by doing a few bridge poses. So press your feet into the floor. Inhale, lift the hips off the floor. But we'll flow a little bit. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift those hips. Keep it going, slow and mindful. Feel the feet supporting the pose, as well as the arms, the back of the neck. Next time, hold the pose at the top. Lift the hips. You might energetically feel like your knees are drawing away from you. Your heels are drawing a little closer to you, helping you engage your hamstrings, the glutes, the back of the core. But still aware of all the parts of your body that are rooted to the earth. Strong foundation. Whenever you're ready, slowly lower the hips down. And take your feet a little wider. Take your arms a little wider into a T shape. So most of those movements, we're just moving the body front and back. So now we'll start to add in a twisting quality. So next, inhale, rock your knees to the right. Exhale, come back to center. Use the belly. Inhale, rock the knees to the left. Exhale, return. And just keep it going, slow and mindful. Again, we're taking the body into the very beginning of a subtle twist, taking our body off center, and then coming back to center. So next time your knees rock to the right, linger there. Again, roll the palms up, relax the shoulders. Breathe into the left side of your body. If it would feel good in your body, you might reach your left arm up a little higher to create more space and breath down through the left ribs. But if it bothers your shoulder, let it be. And when you're ready, come back to center. Wave the legs over to the left. Flexing the feet will protect the knees. That right arm can reach up over the head if it feels natural. Remember, this is your practice. I want you to move your body in ways that feel good to you. Breathe even deeper into the right ribs. And when that feels complete, come back to neutral. Set the arms down by your sides. Legs are still bent. Just take a full breath or two, noticing your body. Good. So we've kind of moved our spine a little bit forward and back, twisting. Now we'll take ourselves into a lateral side bend. So we're going to stretch our legs out long in front of us. Make sure you have that room on your mat. And we're going to first walk the feet over towards the left corner of the mat. So I call this pose, you'll see where we're going with this, crescent moon. So you might cross your right ankle over the left if that feels comfortable and natural for you. Really good stretch for the IT band. And then to come into this, let's move a little bit with breath. Inhale, right arm sweeps up over the head. Exhale, lower it down. Do that 1 or 2 times. Inhaling, sweeping, right arm up. Tracing awareness down the right side of your body. And then next time, hold the reach. Depending on your body, you might stay right here, or you might take your left hand and reach your right wrist and come over into a little crescent moon shape. But keep your head, neck, and shoulders relaxed. Just breathe down the right side of the body. Again, we're taking our bodies slightly off center and then bringing them back. It's actually why yoga is so physically good for our bodies. It challenges the muscle, strengthens. But eventually the body likes to come back to center, so stretch fingers and toes away from each other. Set your arms down by your sides for a moment. Roll the palms up. Notice your body. Notice where your breath and your awareness goes to. Good, so now we'll do that on the other side. We'll walk our feet over towards the right corner of the mat. Cross your left ankle onto the right ankle, if that feels good in your body. The arms are by the sides. We'll move into it with breath. So inhale, sweep that left arm over the head. Exhale, lower it down. Keep it going. Tracing awareness and breath up the left side of your body. And next time, hold the reach. Again, you might stay right there or walk that hand over a little bit. Catch that left wrist with your right hand, like the shape of a crescent moon. And breathe into the left side of your body. And not forcing any shape. We do these poses to create sensation, increase our awareness. And when that feels complete, unravel. Maybe just stretch the legs out long for a moment. Roll the palms up, just a mini shavasana. Notice your body. Notice the parts of your body in contact with the mat. Notice that you are safe in this moment. And all your basic needs are met. So whenever you're ready, we'll just bend the legs and prepare to transition. So let's gently roll to either side, and we can use our hands to press ourselves up. So we can find our seat, and then we'll be coming onto our hands and our knees in our tabletop shape. So if you need a blanket underneath your knees, definitely bring that in for support. So find your shoulders over your wrists, your knees as wide as your hips. And we're going to move our spine in its 6 different directions here. They might be subtle, but they're still movements. So start in your cat and cow. So inhale, belly softens, heart and tail reach away. Exhale, arch that spine, gaze down towards your knees. So inhaling, coming into a bit of a back bend, open your heart. Exhaling into a bit of a forward fold, arching the spine. Keep moving with your own breath. Good. So when that feels complete, come back to your neutral spine. And we're going to move our spine in its lateral direction. Think of that crescent moon shape. We're going to take that again. So imagine you can draw your left shoulder and your left hip a little closer together. Look to the left. So making a little C out of the right part of the body. And then come back to center. Draw the right shoulder, the right hip a little closer together. Gaze right, making a little C out of the left side of the body. It's subtle. So now maybe we move that a little faster. So inhale, gaze left. Exhale, gaze right. Just feeling a little expansion into the sides of the ribs in this movement. Any movements that feel good to you. Good. So come back to neutral. And now we're going to take our body into a little bit of a twist. So we're just going to take let's start with the right forearm down and look to the left. Nice crack in my spine. So breathe here, just enjoying this little bit of a twist. Twists are a beautiful thing in our practice. They help us kind of see broader perspectives, see new things. Notice what you see. And then take yourself up. We'll drop the left forearm down, look to the right. Feel your whole spine, your heart twisting a little bit to the right. No strain or struggle. And then come back to neutral, and we'll give our wrists a little break by coming into child's pose. So knees broaden, toes touch, hips move back towards the heels, and forehead surrenders to the mat. If your head doesn't comfortably come to the mat, you can always bring in a blanket or a block for your head to touch on. That's always an option. But find your child's pose and breathe. Notice where in your body you feel your breath. Notice the solid ground below you. The solid ground within the structure of your body. And then whenever you're ready, come back up to your hands and your knees. So we're going to be coming up to standing through our down dog. So walk your hands forward a little bit, spread your fingers. Really feel the knuckles of your hands pressing into the mat. Maybe create a little space underneath the palms. Feel this solid connection down towards the earth. Tuck your toes. Say hello to your toes, maybe the first time today. And then whenever you're ready, exhale, lift your hips up and back to your downward facing dog. And in downward facing dog, we just listen to our bodies. Maybe we sway, we pedal, maybe we find stillness, but find some length in your spine. And again, notice the parts of your body touching your mat, the earth below. Can you even yourself out? Bring more awareness into the feet, the hips. Basic building blocks of yoga. Not everyone loves their downward facing dog, so you don't always have to make friends with it right away. So when you're ready, walk your feet forward towards your hands. Our knees are soft, and we'll slowly roll our way up, finding our mountain pose. And feet about as wide as your hips. Your hands can come to your heart. Your eyes can choose to close or find a focal point. Really spread your toes. Feel the sides of your feet, the heel. Feeling evenness within the feet. Maybe you create just a subtle rocking back and forth to feel how it feels to be slightly off balance. And then allow yourself to just land in your center. Solid like a rock, head over heart, heart over hips, hips over feet. Breathing deeply. Good, so relax your hands. So from here, we're gonna gather up our prop. So I've got a book here. This is the Bible commentary. So I'm gonna set this block in front of me. Wow, I feel like I'm supported by much wisdom in front of me. So we're going to just use that to lift the earth up a little higher for one of our poses. It's really helpful. So in our half sun salutation, we're going to bring in all the movements of the spine. So start in your mountain pose, standing tall, full breath. So inhale, reach upwards towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward. You can use your book or your block to rest. Now inhale, we'll just keep it simple this time. Gaze forward. Exhale, come back to your support. Inhale all the way up like the sun and back to your heart. So that's our basic half sun salutation. Now we'll expand onto it. So inhale, arms over the head. You might take your hands into that steeple gesture. Take another inhale here. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, return, maybe look up, maybe back bend. Exhale, fold forward into your forward bend. Lift halfway up. This is where it gets a little fun. We're going to take a twist. So left hand comes onto the block, right knee bends, left leg stays straight, and right hand reaches up to the sky. Nice hard opening pose. Twisting, seeing what's going on over there to the right. And then come back to center, hand on your book. Left knee bends, right leg straightens, reach up. The left leg stays straight as we open the left arm to the sky. Breathe, twisting. Come back to center, bend your knees and come all the way up and back to your heart. Take a moment and notice how your body feels after moving into all of those different movements. And we'll do it again. Inhale up. Exhale, side bend to the right. We'll take a little faster maybe. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the left. Inhale up, maybe back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. And then reach your right arm up towards the sky. Take your twist. Release down. Inhale, take your left arm up towards the sky. Twist. Release. Bend your knees and roll all the way up. Back to your heart center. Take a breath. Now that our body has a memory to it, so your body memory has kicked in and you know this movement, so let's do it one more time. Inhale up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale up. Side bend to the left. Inhale up, gaze up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right arm sweeps up to the side. Twist, shine your heart to the right. Exhale down. Inhale, left arm sweeps up towards the sky. Twist, lengthen the spine. Return. Bend your knees and roll it back up. You can circle the arms like the sun. Return to your heart. Stand tall and breathe. Notice how your body feels. Maybe your feet feel a little bit more connected to the earth. Your foundation of your body, your bones stacked up over each other. Let's relax our arms. Maybe bend the knees, roll those shoulders back. Good. So now we'll take just a few really foundational poses in our yoga practice. So let's step. I'm going to move my Bible out of the way. We're going to step our right foot forward, our left foot back. So let's really break down our warrior one. Walk that right foot over to the side, bend the left foot. Keep the left leg nice and straight. Shine your light straight ahead. And again, we're building our house on a rock. So let's start from the bottom. Lift your toes and set them down. Feel this connection with your mat. Feel your feet super stable and grounded. See if that translates into your pelvis. Tailbone should be drawing down just a little bit, belly drawing in. And to reach your hands up towards the sky. So now that we've set our house up on a rock, we can feel solid and stable in our posture. Find something to gaze at and just breathe. Embodying the quality of a warrior. We're warriors, not warriors. Good work. Set the arms down. Take yourself back into your mountain. Again, hands can be wherever they feel just right. Notice your body. Again, maybe it feels a little askew after doing that on one side. Just notice. When we find ourselves off balance, our yoga teaches us what the next right move would be to bring us back into balance. So right now, the next right move is to do warrior on the other side. So step your left foot forward, your right foot back. And again, your feet are as wide as railroad tracks, nice and wide. That's much better and safer on the pelvis. So bend the front knee, square the hips as best you can without force, just bring your essence forward. Once again, lift your toes and set them down. Feel your feet, solid, solid. Think about if you were doing this yoga posture on wet sand. You might not feel as stable as on this nice solid ground. Stable hips, and then reach your arms up towards the sky. Fill your body with breath. Find a focal point. Can you just be still in the pose? What does being a warrior embody for you? Maybe you recall your intention. Invite it back into your body. And then set the arms down. Going to step the feet back together. So back into your mountain pose. Take a moment to breathe, to observe, to feel all parts of your feet on the floor. Sometimes when we're feeling off balance, the best thing to do is to come back into our bodies, wherever we are, feeling into our feet, feeling our hips on a chair, Just being in our bodies. Because right now in our bodies, we're safe, we're supported. Good. So relax your arms, bend your knees, roll the shoulders back. And from here, let's take our feet as wide as they'd like to be, coming back to that high-pointed star. So again, those foundational poses that we'll be bringing in again and again. So then we have that structure of body memory, feeling like we're home in our yoga practice. So toes and heels align. Radiate your arms out to the sides, 5-pointed star. Maybe you close your eyes. Can you sense if you're a little forward on your toes or forward or back in your heels? Find your body nice and stable. Good, relax your arms. And let's turn the right toe straight ahead. Turn that back heel back. So we're gonna come into our warrior two once again, but we're gonna hold it a little longer than we did our first class. So bend the front knee. The knee tries to track over the toes. Again, setting up your house on this rock. Strong feet, aware of where your feet are. Turn your hips to face the front. And then let's take our arms back behind us. Clasp the hands. This is a nice little heart opener. It builds this kind of rock-like quality of trust into our body so that our next inhale, we let the arms fly away from each other and we gaze at that front hand. Trusting that our bodies set themselves up just the way they should be for warrior one. Warrior two, I'm sorry, here we are in warrior two. Full breath. Reach those hands up over your head, pivot, come back to your 5-pointed star. Familiar shape. Rest your hands and turn the left toe to the back of your mat. So coming into warrior two on this side. And if you look down, maybe your front heel aligned with the middle arch of the back foot, bending the front knee. Hips straight ahead. Think about warrior one. Our hips face the front, our lights face straight ahead. In warrior two, our hips point in the other direction. So check in with those headlights. Take your hands back behind you, interlace. Relax the shoulders down. And then your next inhale, let the hands be free, let the bones align themselves as you gaze to the front of your mat in warrior one, two. I guess I like the way warrior one sounds. Breathing deeply. And if you're feeling unstable in the pose, come back to the way your feet feel, the way your breath feels. And then pivot back to the front, reach your hands up over the head and set the arms down. So let's turn our toes out. So we're going to do a very grounding pose called goddess pose. So let's reach our hands up over the head. We're going to bend our knees and bend the elbows. Here we are in goddess pose. So in goddess, if your knees are more sensitive, you just don't come in quite as far. Just feel again the bones stacking themselves up over each other. Feel the breath. Notice how you feel here. Then rise up, turn the toes straight, relax your hands. So now we're going to use our block. Again, we probably should have just left it where it was before, but we're going to bring our book or a block right in front of us, and we're going to move our spine into its different directions. So let's take that twisting motion again. So from here, we're just going to hinge at the hips and fold forward. So our hands can come onto our prop. If your back is sensitive or your hamstrings are tight, totally fine to bend your knees. Try to have it so that your prop is out in front of you. So it's almost like you set yourself up in that table shape. I'm going to take the left hand to the middle of the block, take the right hand to the hip. Draw the hips back, draw the heart forward. Maybe you place your hand on your low back as you start to turn towards the right. Try to keep those hips aligned. This might give you the reinforcement of where your hips are. And then only if you're feeling it, you could reach that right arm to the sky. Breathe deeply in your twist. Again, opening your heart here. When you're ready, come on down. Take your right hand to your block, the left hand to your hip. Create some space between your heart and your tail. Maybe you place your left hand into your low back as you start to look to the left. Breathe. And then maybe that left hand reaches up towards the sky. Finding your twist. Again, twisting your spine in all its different directions. Come back to center. And you might linger here in your forward fold. Maybe your hands walk back towards your feet. Your head drops. Again, listen to your own body. Breathing. Whenever you're ready, you might walk your hands forward. Toe heel the feet in a little closer together. And we're going to slowly roll our way up. So finding your mountain. And it's totally normal to sometimes feel a little bit dizzy after coming into a forward fold. So no judgment. Just find your mountain. Our mountain is kind of like a true north in our practice. A way of coming home to that stable house. We are the house. What is your rock? Maybe you planted your house on the rock of your faith. That there is something greater guiding you that you can fall back into. All right, relax those arms. So we're going to do our first balance posture together. Balance poses bring in a little quality of humility. So if you falter out of it, you'll just let it on go. So we're going to bring to the left foot, come right tippy toe. Try to square off those hips. Again, a little energy in your navel. Maybe you just draw that foot to the ankle. Maybe you slide it up to the calf. If you have more flexibility than myself, you could slide it into the inner thigh. Take your hands to your heart. Maybe this little press into the hands, a little press between the hand, between the foot and the calf, bring you stability. Maybe you like to reach your arms up overhead in your tree. If you can see a tree anywhere nearby, you might gaze at it for inspiration, stability. Make sure you're breathing. And when you're ready, let it go. Give yourself a little mini shake before you do the other side. We shake off any judgment, expectations. And then root the right foot down. Take the left foot to the ankle. Open that left knee up. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe you slide that foot to the calf or the thigh. Hands to the heart. Create this little press between the hands. subtle press between the foot and the leg. Lift your heart. Maybe you stay here, or maybe those arms reach up like tree branches reaching for a little sunlight. Breathe, finding your stable foundation. With humility, I'm going to fall out because we can fall out. We do fall out, and then we can always come back in. That's life. Let it go. And give yourself a good shake. Just this act of shaking our bodies can be a very strong release of tension, release of stress. So give it a good shake. Can calm down our nervous system so that we can become more stable like that rock. Might feel silly, but it's a good practice. All right, find that mountain. Stand tall. Maybe bringing gratitude now for having 2 feet to stand on. For this healthy body. Good work. So now we're going to prepare to slow things down. So coming closer to the top of your mat, we're going to inhale, reach those arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Come onto your hands and your knees. And from here, let's just find our way into a comfortable seat. So that means you might bring a blanket underneath your hips if you need that support. You might take 2 pillows if you need more support, or even sit on a chair if you need that stability. No judgment. So let's sit tall here, lengthening the crown of the head towards sky. Really feel where your sitting bones are coming in contact with your cushion. Bring our awareness back to the lower pelvis, this root. First, let's move the spine in its different directions, and then we'll settle for a little stillness. So let's start by walking the right fingers out towards the side. Reach the left hand up and over your head. You might gaze down, gaze neutral, gaze up. But the important thing is this left hip is stable on the earth. Breathe into the left side of your seated mountain here, like a rock. And let's find the other side. Left hand to the earth, right hand towards sky. Gazing down, neutral or up. Right hip stays rooted, right knee stays rooted. When we're rooted, we can actually take in more nourishment. Breathe into those right ribs. Come back to center. Sit nice and tall. Notice how you feel. And let's take a different variation of a twist. Let's extend our right leg out in front of us. Hug the left knee in towards the chest. So sit tall. I like this variation of a twist. We can really associate with the stability of this right leg all the way down into the heel. Length up through the crown. And then wrap your right arm around the left knee. Left fingertips come behind us. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, gently twist, maybe gazing behind you. Focus on the breath. Twisting postures again sometimes help us see a broader perspective. So just look around wherever you are and notice. Come back to center. That's actually a very stabilizing thing to do for ourselves, is to notice what's around us. So before we do the other side, sit really tall, and can you look around your room and notice and name 5 things that you see? Great. Little mini practice of mindfulness. Sometimes we can get so focused on what's going on in our own heads and hearts. So to just notice 5 things. 5 things, 5 breaths. Magic. So now let's do the other side. So extend your left leg in front of you. Hug your right leg in front of you. Again, get real active with that left leg. Flex the toes, lift your heart. Stable roots. And then take the left arm around. Right fingertips come behind us. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, gently twist to the right. Notice what's supporting the pose. Your legs, your pelvis. And then when you're ready, come back to center. Maybe give your legs just a little shake. And then cross your legs again. We're just going to take a moment to practice a mini meditation. So lengthen your spine, feel your sitting bones rooted, and if it's not comfortable to sit here, you can take yourself to a wall or sit in a chair or even lay all the way down. No worries, no judgment. Again, if it's comfortable and natural, you can close your eyes. As you inhale, fill your belly with breath. Fill your whole pelvis with breath. As you exhale, draw the belly in. Maybe lightly pull up on that pelvic floor. Let yourself be completely empty of breath. So we're either inhaling fully into the pelvis, or we're exhaling fully and completely. Drawing the navel in, drawing the pelvic floor up. Not forcefully, just very lightly. Again, creating stability in our roots. Knowing we can always come back to this stable body, this stable breath. If your mind wanders, remember you're either inhaling into your belly or exhaling, drawing the belly and the pelvic floor up. Good work. We'll be expanding on the length of our meditations as we go along, but that's a wonderful start. So now let's just lay all the way down onto our backs. And here's where I want you to have your block available. And you might also want to have your blanket available too, because if the block isn't a good option for you, you take the blanket. I know the block's going to work for me. So we're just going to lie back onto our backs. When you arrive, just hug the right knee in towards the chest. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. Again, feel the weight of your bones drawing down. Changing sides, stretch long and hug the left knee in towards the chest. Flex the right foot. Relax the shoulders. Breathe. Building your house on a stable ground. Can you trust that your body will support you, support your mind, your heart? So when you're ready, set that left foot down and draw the right foot in. So we're setting ourselves up for supported bridge. So we want the feet to align with the knees and for the feet to be as wide as the hips. So we're going to take our book or our block or our rolled up blanket. We're going to lift the hips and set that right underneath the tailbone. It should feel like a little massage. If it doesn't, you can take it out and use a blanket. And you don't want it on your back. You want it on your tailbone, right like such. Rest your arms by your sides with your palms rolled open. Notice your feet rooted on the mat. And can you breathe deeply into your belly and low back? Feel again the weight of your bones, your body right here. Can you allow your shoulders and your shoulder blades to melt a little more? Shoulder blades are the back of the heart. Can you feel that the back of your heart is on this stable place? Almost like the hand of God just came up and gave you a loving pat of support behind you. You've fallen into the sport of your God. Now from here, you might feel like this is just plenty. Or if you want to go into a little deeper inversion, we can draw our knees in and extend our toes up towards the sky. Bend the knees as much as you need to. No strain or struggle. Let your arms kind of intuitively go where they want to go. Maybe they reach up over your head. Breathing deeply. Can notice the stability sitting right underneath your pelvis. Inversions are excellent for calming our nervous system. Maybe you still have the sensation that the back of your heart is melting, knowing that you are completely supported. And when the back of the heart feels completely supported, we're more able and capable of opening the front of our hearts. How could you open the front of your heart today? Maybe it's a loving gesture towards yourself. Self-care like you're doing right now. Or maybe it's a loving gesture towards someone else. And whenever you're ready, you can draw those legs down if they were up. Set one foot and the other foot back down on your mat. Just notice how your body feels here, your mind, your heart. Then whenever you're ready, lift your hips and can scoot your prop out of the way. Slowly let the pelvis come down. Maybe give your body one more hug, drawing the knees in, rocking from side to side. And you still feel the stable ground below you. And when you're ready, stretch your legs out, preparing for your Shavasana. And again, you might bring a pillow underneath your knees or behind your head to bring more ease into your body. You might like the way it feels to just float the feet and the arms out again like a angel pose. Coming into Shavasana with that sense of falling. Just falling into the grace of your body, of being in the presence of the Lord within you and all around you. Definitely cover your body if you need to. Nurture your body. Simply resting here with the felt sense that you are safe, supported, and fully capable of rolling your palms up and opening your heart to both receive and to give. Please feel free to pause and just linger here as long as you'd like. Taking refuge on your mat, taking rest. And if you feel ready to move on to your day, maybe you bring a little movement into your body. Maybe you give yourself one more good hug. Allow yourself to roll to your side, using your arm to support your head. Again, noticing how your body feels here. And whenever you're ready, use your hands to press you up. Returning to your seated position, or continue to lie back if that's where you're going. If you're ready to close your practice, bring your hands in prayer to your heart. Take a full breath, just feeling into the edges of your body. Know that your body is your house. If you've built it on a solid foundation, and your house is well lit. So bow to the light within your house. You are this light. Namaste.